I mean, this is my couple of days mechanical stuff have been, my stove is going wonkos, my microwave and my car.
I don't want to be a butthead, but I want to get this.
Yes,
I'm going to quit.
I have another meeting to go to.
I don't want to be on this committee.
Okay, so
be quiet.
Welcome to the Budget and Finance Committee for March 4th or May 4th, 2022.
May the 4th be with you.
Yeah, may the 4th be with you. Calling the meeting to order. Attendance is Vic.
You have a participant here joining us.
Yeah. Vic? Yes.
Cynthia's in the attendees, just to let you know.
Okay. Vic? Lori?
Here.
John?
Yes.
And then myself. And then Cynthia, there's an attendee. Cynthia.
Right. Well, you know, you don't make her a panelist.
No, I didn't. I just allowed her to talk.
Okay.
And it moves over here.
Hello.
Is it Cynthia? Cynthia?
This is Cynthia. Cynthia.
Okay. Alrighty. As a guest, alrighty. So let me pull up the agenda. Let me open this and this. Okay. So screen share. Alrighty, so any public comment for anybody at all?
Good to see you.
No?
Looking good.
Tired. They let's see. So anybody have any public comment?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Okay, I don't. The MER, no MER, because it is the 4th, and so it hasn't generated yet on the computer system. Not until after the 5th to the 7th is when it generates. Next is the budget. So the budget right now, as it stands with stuff that we've approved, is all the MPGs got approved. Even the one that was crazy, they waited a week to tell me that somebody else had to sign it besides John as second signer because of the conflict of interest. So we had to rally Christian to get him to sign the vote count sheet to get Assistance League approved. But they're all paid, they're all approved. They sent out checks, and a lot of people have told me that they got their checks. But this is where we're at. We've got $10,266.94 left.
We have, I'm sorry, where do you see that? Where?
At the bottom, $10,266.94.
That's how much you have left after paying all the NPGs?
Yep. But we have a request for $1,200 from Chris for the movie.
So because we can only roll over 10. Okay.
Yep. So that means we'll roll over maybe 9.
Well, you have 2 open requests actually. So,
well, the 2,500 is already slotted in here.
The 2,500 for
air monitors.
Oh, I see. That's already slotted. Okay. So the only additional thing
is the movie. You
didn't get any requests for like sponsorship on any of the other programs?
No.
Okay.
No. So do I have a motion to move this?
Motion.
Second.
I move, John.
Second.
Who wants a second?
I just did.
Okay, I didn't hear you.
What? Okay.
Trying to sound like Vic.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So the next item back to the agenda is discussion and motion to approve. Okay, so the website domain that we allocated, I removed it, the allocation of it.
It was a
That
scam.
came in the mail and we looked at it. I called Christina and she goes, oh yeah, your domain's coming up. You need to pay it. I said, okay, I'll put it on the agenda. So then I put it through. And then when we got to looking at it and I was looking and telling Christina, this isn't the same company that you went through. And she goes, what? And so she looked at it. I sent it to her and she looked at it and she goes, oh my God, this isn't your domain. Somebody else is trying to scam you to get you to pay for a domain.
Okay, well, good catch on that. So we don't have to do anything now.
So I just unallocated the money, but I wanted to let the board know that somebody tried to scam us, you know, and it caught it. So yeah. So
Good job. Good job.
I think we're on their radar because they've been sending us stuff from Empower LA too, remember?
Yeah, on the email stuff, but this was actually in our physical mail.
Wow.
Yeah. So
next.
The next thing is the purple air purifiers. So going back and forth with Dunn and with city clerks and back and forth after we had this approved and stuff, they sent it on to the city attorney. And I got a response today from Shauna. And I will show you what it says.
I think they were right.
I think they were document. Oops, sorry.
They were right to send it to the attorney. There's too many issues there. So,
yep. So this is what I got in the mail today. Hello, thank you, Melanie, for your email. After further review and discussion, it's been determined that we cannot allow the NC to proceed with the expenditure based on information that has been presented. We cannot authorize the NC to purchase the items without a full plan of execution, such as location placement. It is suggested that the NC consult with Dunn and the NCAD to determine if it is allowable for NCs to conduct these type of projects. Another option could be awarding funds to a nonprofit that is equipped to conduct these types of projects within your community.
What's the NCAD?
That's Octaviano.
NCAD?
Yeah, that's your neighborhood council advocate.
Oh, they call him an NEA, or
they're calling him something.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, so this is his new name. Okay.
Yes.
Well, but this is exactly what we said from the day one when they started talking to us about it, is they needed an execution plan. So no surprise here. Okay.
So,
but now the nice thing about it, it's on paper.
It's on paper. It's not going to be
on paper
approved.
when we bring it up.
And it's from someone other than us.
Right.
Yeah. So are you forwarding this to the port committee, or are you going to wait and just show it to the board?
It's going to be shown to the board.
Okay. All right.
Perfect.
The port committee hasn't met.
So does that mean then that 2,500 gets deallocated as well?
Pretty much, unless they can come up with.
Well, that's sort of a problem, because then we're going to end up with more than 10,000 at the end of the year.
Unless we come up
no,
with
it isn't, because that 10,000 is in there right now. We won't. We have $266 more than 10,000.
But if you take that 2,500 and deallocate it, then that puts us over to 12,000 something.
No, it doesn't, because that total unspent is 10,000.
Oh, okay. You said the 2,500 was part of that.
Okay.
No, that's unspent money. That's what we have left. Once the 2,500 goes, we're going to be left, subtract that from there.
I see. Okay, so we're good.
If it is used.
Right.
But
so it's just
are you saying the port committee hasn't had a meeting since the last board meeting when we discussed this?
Nope.
You know what? The president's been canceling it.
He said, supposedly, I asked him, why haven't you had a port meeting just recently? I asked him, and he said, because nobody wanted to have a meeting.
That's not true. That's not true.
That's what he told Vic too.
He said he asked everybody and nobody had anything they wanted to discuss.
Well, didn't they need to discuss this?
Yeah, we did. And they just canceled it anyway. I wanted it. Craig wanted it. We needed to have that down first.
All right, well, you know what? It's all hearsay. We don't know, so it'll just go to the board.
Right. So this letter, the email, I'll just have it, and it's going to have to go to the board, and I'll show the board, and it is what it is. You know, unless they can put a foolproof plan together and get it going and get sites approved by the end of the fiscal year, then this money just doesn't get spent.
Okay. All right. I don't think there's anything else to discuss.
Yeah, that's pretty much cut and dry.
Next item is discuss and recommend any money request. Or discuss and approve $1,200. So that is the next item. This is from Chris.
Yeah, did you put together an event document, Melanie?
What do you mean?
You know, the event request form that we normally do.
I haven't done that yet, no, because that's just something that I have to do to send to city clerk.
Okay.
And that I can't do until Chris gets me the artwork, which I told him he had to get to me because it has to be approved by the board.
He said last Monday that he would do it.
He told me he was waiting on John to get him the poster stuff.
No, John's already given him, right, John? You've already given him the art. He's got it from Swank.
He's got that. And Melanie, you sent it to him.
No, I didn't send the artwork to him for Encanto.
Swank did.
You supposedly had it from Swank and we're supposed to send it to him.
Well, what did you send him?
I sent him nothing.
I sent him sample previous flyers.
Oh, Angela sent it to him then. Angela, because I saw that email.
He knew there was a due date. If he didn't have it, why wouldn't he have said anything? But this thing's not going to happen. Can we not? We can't apply for this without the flyer.
I have to have the flyer to send to Shauna.
Okay, can we still take it to the board?
Yeah, we can still take it to the board, but I just have to have the flyer.
So today's Wednesday. Can he get to the flyer to you this week?
Yeah, I would like to have it before the board meeting because technically any communication, any posters, any flyers, the board is supposed to approve.
John, can you follow up?
I'll take care of it. I'll get with him
to get it.
I will get it with, I'll check, and I know the email Angela sent him because
I need it with the packet to be posted 72 hours before the meeting.
Okay. So you need it by Thursday or Friday at the latest.
Friday at the latest.
What is leaflets? $250 for printed leaflets. They're flyers. What's a leaflet?
That's what he calls them.
Okay. And Melanie, just so you know, the $300 for food refreshments, it will be sealed bags of.
Right. It's going to be Propolis is what he said for me to check into.
It's going to be.
Yeah, that's what I was
doing.
But
I told him on this budget, this is fine for board approval to allocate the money. But we're going to have to fix this because it has to be specific because they're going to ask because of COVID.
Right. Okay.
What this food is that we're buying.
Yeah, no, it's just going to be like popcorn in bags.
So we need to say package, pre-package Propolis purchase from.
I'm sorry, what is Propolis? What are you saying?
The Propolis.
Is that a brand of popcorn?
Yeah, it's the ones that Darlene got. Remember the caramel flavored things and the little things from either that or Cracker Jacks or whatever.
Yeah, just get plain old popcorn. Oh, goodness.
Well, the thing is with plain old popcorn, then it's open and we can't handle it.
No. They have popcorn in bags, sealed bags.
Single serve bags?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm looking into that at Costco. But for a minute there, I thought that was another town in Superman for some reason. Sorry.
You're so funny.
So I need somebody to move for the $1,200.
I will move that.
Second it.
And I guess we've already discussed it.
And then
John, is the 500, that's the license fee will be less than that, right? It's going to be 450.
Well, it's 465 for the movie.
And there's no tax on that or anything, right?
She didn't say on the list that I had didn't show any taxes. She didn't say.
Okay, but there might be a $30 fee for shipping it. So it might end up.
So that's why they said 500.
Okay, good.
So all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so 4-0. All righty. And so any more requests? There's none. So
I have a question for you. Have you sent an invitation to all the NPG grant recipients?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
So an invitation to come
Yep.
share if they want to. Okay.
The ones that didn't get the grant got a letter. The ones that did get a grant got a letter. And Assistance League, I sent theirs last night. John, I CC'd him on it.
Yeah, I saw it. Now, did you notice April Jones from the skate park? She emailed you and me.
Yes, I have to respond to her. The thing is, they want the link to the meeting, but I didn't have the link yet because we hadn't finalized the agenda.
Which the board meeting?
Yeah, the board meeting.
Because it'll be the same link as all the past ones.
Okay.
Oh, that's good to know. So Melanie, are you gonna? I know you're inviting them to come say, thank you. Here's what we're gonna do.
2 minutes each.
Okay, that was my question.
Yes, it is. It is on the agenda as 2 minutes per awardee, not per person, in case they bring more than one.
Okay.
Per awardee, and no Q&A.
No Q&A either.
No.
It's going to be 2 minutes each one and no Q&A.
Yeah, they can't even start going, I'd like to thank the Academy and, so.
They can do that.
They can as long as they do it within 2 minutes.
That's right. Are you the Academy, John?
I'm the Academy. Yeah.
And John,
you're the Calamity.
John, because of the refusal and all of that for Assistance League, if they come, just make sure you don't say anything or put any input at all on it or anything.
We're not going to say anything. They get
no
comments from us.
Yeah.
He might wave some Assistance League flags and go cheer,
Yeah.
Can I bring my pom-poms?
You should always have your pom-poms at every meeting ready to go.
Okay.
Can we put that in the budget, Melanie, that we get pom-poms?
Yeah.
Or you get pom-poms.
So
to quote Lori from earlier, next.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the EVG, just for FYI, I'm on the EVG committee again for the hybrid stuff and all of that. And so they're starting and they're looking at whether we could go back in person or whether or not hybrid and all that and the difference. And so they're splitting us up into 2 different committees, like one in-person committee, one hybrid committee, and kind of going over how much it's going to cost and a group for funding.
I thought hybrid was off the table. It's just too costly.
No.
Okay, so let me ask you this. If and when, I know through the end of the year, we can still stay on Zoom. I know
for us, it's not a big deal because we have everything.
Right. But when we go meet in person, I really think that somebody should look into what John's suggesting about moving our meetings to the Assistance League.
Oh, that's the other thing I was just going to talk about. The other problem is I met with the guy for our ADA inspection at Peck Park. Peck Park has no Wi-Fi in the gym.
Yeah, why did you meet with them at Peck Park? We already know that they don't have no Wi-Fi.
Because that is our place of meeting on record.
Right.
So that's where I had to meet with him because they did an ADA inspection. It passed all the ADA inspection stuff except for the fact that it does not have Wi-Fi to comply with the needs for hybrid.
What about air circulation? Is that not an ADA?
That is a problem also for air circulation and all that. So the thing is he said, the problem is it's concrete. And so to put any type of air purifiers, that would be on Rec and Park to do that for the facility.
Did you tell them we were looking at another venue?
As well as for them to comply and put Wi-Fi in that gym. Because he says no hotspot is going to work because of the
it's already a dead issue. Did you talk to him about that we have another venue for them to inspect?
He said he can't because that is our of record meeting place.
Okay, so how do you start this process? Because we can't suggest another location until they inspect it.
No, we can suggest another location. We have to go through contracts. I have to sign an agreement or whoever, if I'm still treasurer or whatever, in June We have to go to our new meeting place and send the agreement to meet there to contracts to the guy at contracts at city clerk.
And then they'll do an ADA inspection.
Then they send the ADA guy over to the new place.
Okay. All right. Well, so
that's the procedure.
We are already compliant there because there's 4 air purifier aired over there, 1 in each corner. We have Wi-Fi. We also have the 85-inch screen.
You have a ramp, a wheelchair ramp?
Remember, it goes right in.
Okay.
You go right in the front door.
Diana emailed me all concerned about committee meetings. And I said, Diana, committee meetings are going to be virtual still. Committee meetings, they aren't concerned about with ADA compliance where you meet or anything.
They weren't really meeting at Peck Park anyway. They were meeting
at City Hall or wherever. And the thing is, like he told me, the inspector, he said, we aren't concerned about your committee meetings. This right now is about your board meetings, stakeholder meetings for hybrid and going further, whether they are ADA compliant. He says that Peck Park is facing another compliance problem with ADA inspection for their park as a whole, because there's too many hills and a lot of problems with that park. So they're going to be faced with a lot of repairs and things that they're going to have to do to come up to ADA compliance. And he said he's part of who's doing their inspection for that other half of it that doesn't affect us.
And all of this because of a pandemic. Great.
Well, and just so you know, I saw a press release today about COVID cases, and it said that between March 27th, I believe it was, and April 24th, the cases in LAUSD K through 12 schools, staff and students, quadrupled.
Yep.
So,
and they're on a major uptick again. And
right. So if they're thinking of doing any in-person stuff, they've got a ways to go, I think.
All right. Well, then we don't really need to worry about it for now. And honestly, there was an article in the Times today saying there is a more dangerous strain coming.
Yep.
I just don't know if that strain is like for us people who are boosted.
It's in Africa right now.
Right. But I don't know if we need a different booster or a different vaccine or anything.
Right. They're saying that they're expecting a big surge of this new strain in the South in the summer, and then the North in the winter.
Well, our board needs to keep promoting that people get their vaccinations and they get their boosters.
Yeah. Cynthia?
They said the strain that Lori's talking about is stronger.
Yeah, it is. It's the BA212 or something like that.
Right.
Well, John,
they said there's several of different strains that are going around.
Yeah, it's bad.
That's just one of the newer strains.
I don't know if you heard, Cynthia, I did get COVID. I got sick.
Wow.
Yeah. I got a milder version of it. Ted's still getting over it.
I told you to be careful.
He's 6 weeks out and he's still having problems after COVID.
And nobody was more careful than Melanie.
We went one place, Cynthia, out to dinner and sat on an outdoor patio, and that's where we got it.
So, but John, we should probably talk to outreach about getting more updated information out to people about, vaccines and boosters and mobile clinics and all that.
Yeah,
I don't know if we at some point need to consider doing a mailer, because not everybody's online.
Yeah.
I mean, we could make a leaflet out and
maybe John, well, this is out of this meeting, but maybe we could talk with the other 2 San Pedro neighborhood councils, and we do one flyer and we share the cost, and it goes to every resident in San Pedro.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If we could do something like that, and we go with Perry mailing, and then like whatever we need to do, and the 3 of us, we split the cost.
It'd just be a trifold. Let's talk to Doug about that. It would be but give people information so that if they need to make phone calls because they don't use a computer, where they could call and
the basic, It's just to let them know where where they can go and who they can contact and talk.
There's just no excuse anymore for not, in my opinion, not getting vaccinated and protecting.
No, there isn't. And Ted was going to get his second booster, and when he got COVID, then it was like, oh, yeah. I guess I'm really scared about my kids. They're on their way to Cancun, and you know, I'm afraid that Mexico is blowing up right now. And
it is.
Yeah, with COVID, big time.
Yeah, my travel agent called me with a great deal to go to La Paz. I'm like, I'm not leaving the country.
Like, you can't pay me.
I don't. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I would love to go back to Fiji or something, but I'm not. We aren't traveling anywhere now.
We're traveling, but we're driving to Yellowstone. So
that's a good idea.
We're going to Lake Tahoe in the end of June.
Are you driving or flying?
Flying. But I had tickets I had to use that I had bought previously that we had to cancel because of COVID. So we got 2 first-class plane tickets.
Get me on a plane.
So sitting first class is a little bit better because you're away from everybody.
That's true.
Well, you know,
breathing the same air.
I'm going to take the girls, you know, my granddaughters. I said, we're going to go on vacation. So I'll probably take them to Cabrillo Pier. They want to do some fishing again. So, you know, I'll try.
Yeah.
You know, John, I'm going to talk to you about that because I know this place in Lake Arrowhead. You can bring them.
Yes.
I'm going to stop the recording. So the meeting itself is over.
I think we've covered everything. So even with that 2,500,